Thank you, listeners, for joining us. Elko Live today is going to be so exciting anytime we get to sit down with Cheryl Miller from the California Trail Interpretive Center. We're going to find out about all the summer happenings. That's right, we're kind of skipping over spring. Well, we're not going to skip it, Cheryl, but it's just so exciting to think of all the things ahead for trail days.
Oh my goodness, we have so much stuff going on in March and April leading up to Freedom 250 Trail Days. We're scrambling already and booking things by the day. I can't wait to tell you about everything we've got happening.
That's right. Family friendly, fun, great for adults, people who are just curious about either local history, pioneer history, California Trail, Native American history. Let's get started with Cheryl talking about some ongoing opportunities at the California Trail Interpretive Center.
Oh my gosh, we have so much fun stuff coming up in March. The first thing that we have going on that everyone is probably going to be really excited about is more Explore and Create. That has been a brand new program that Macy with the Nevada Outdoor School has been shepherding along with one of our wonderful longtime volunteers, Cheryl. And so what they're going to be doing is they're going to be teaching a little bit about Leave No Trace principles, and then everyone is going to make a really beautiful mountain collage.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. And that kind of a collage inspires other art, and people might be inspired by the artwork they see on display at the Trail Center.
That's the fun thing, is that this is all happening in the South Fork room, where we also have an incredible art exhibit, the Nevada Wild Art Exhibit. It's on display all the time that we're open. And of course, we've got 18 artists and lots of new work. So if you've seen the previous shows, come on back. We've got pottery, painting, photography, even colored pencil drawings that are incredible. So come on out to Explore and Create March 6th at 10 a.m. And one thing to note is that registration is required. This has been such a popular program that we have had to do registration. We had more than 50 people show up for the first one.
Cheryl, that's incredible. Our Trail Center is off the charts.
Absolutely, and that's fantastic, but we don't want people to be disappointed. So get online, get onto our Facebook event, and you'll find a place to register, and we just love to see you out. And this is great for all ages. One thing that I love about this program is we get people who are, elderly, we get people who are, more middle-aged, kind of like you and I, Lori, right?
Yeah.
And then we get youngsters all the way down to toddlers, and everyone enjoys it. Everyone makes something beautiful and learns something new. So this is a wonderful program to come on out and check out.
Explore and Create with Mountain Collage. That's the next project at the California Trail Interpretive Center. How exciting. And then the very next day on Saturday, March 7th, it's Junior Ranger Day.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Of course, this is my baby project, so I'm so excited to tell everyone about it. So Junior Ranger Day is when we put together a bunch of cool people, a bunch of cool things to do, and you just come on out to the Trail Center and enjoy them all. It's going to be Saturday, March 7th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're going to have 2 guided hikes, one at 11 a.m. and one at 1 p.m. And they're both going to be with Peter, who is a geologist and a paleontologist. He works for the Bureau of Land Management. He's worked for the mines. He's worked in public service, and he just has a wonderful, incredible depth of knowledge. I went hiking out there on the hiking trail with him one time, and he blew my mind with all of the cool things that I now see when I look out on the landscape. So don't miss Peter. This is a wonderful opportunity to hike with a geologist and ask all those burning questions. In addition to Peter, we're going to have firefighters out. They're going to have an engine, and they're going to have wonderful kids activities where they can practice putting out a fire, just like a real firefighter. We're also going to have Nevada Outdoor School out doing some OHV safety, which is right on time. We're going to have Forest Service rangers out talking about what they do in the winter. Did you know Forest Service had rangers in the winter?
I didn't. I mean, I can't imagine they try to shovel snow in the forest.
I don't know. You have to come out and find out
That's
what
right.
they're up to every winter. We also have our friends from NDOW coming out, so you can learn about local wildlife, and a new addition addition to this day is going to be the California Trail Heritage Alliance, which is our friends group. In addition to the Oregon California Trail Alliance, they're teaming up and they're coming out and they're going to bring real things that they found on the trail. And I know you know this, Lori, but I think most people don't realize that we don't know the entire trail.
There are some places that are still untouched,
undiscovered,
yes,
and not mapped. And so these wonderful people are out pretty much every weekend putting together journals, putting together handwritten maps, triangulating, and then trying to find more parts of the trail, and they find the coolest stuff. So they'll be out with their stuff showing you how new parts of the trail are being discovered every single day.
So it's always a discovery. It's an educational opportunity, but mostly it's just a lot of fun, Cheryl. And so many families have come to love the California Trail Interpretive Center for programs just like this, and that you're switching it up all the time, and that you're including people, like you said, from toddlers to senior citizens. It really is our community center.
It is. And honestly, it is such a joy to see everyone coming in. Junior Ranger days are some of my favorite days in the whole world. They just whiz by. There's so much joy. And I ordered special wooden badges for the first 50 kids to swear in. So you'll get special BLM badges that are different than the ones we normally hand out. And I ordered some cool new stickers. So if you've been out previously and gotten your badge and sticker, come on out again, because we've got some brand new ones that I think you'll really like.
Cheryl Miller with the California Trail Interpretive Center. Of course, the Junior Ranger Day is Saturday, March 7th, and it's from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Absolutely free. Lots and lots of friends, from Forest Service rangers to friends of the Rubies to paleontologists to archaeologists, geologists, all the ologists who will be there. And so if someone's aspiring to something like that too, this is a great opportunity to talk about it.
Oh yeah, and that's absolutely one of our goals, is to inspire young people, or not so young people looking for a new career, looking for something different. And so please bring your questions for people. And we will have information on also BLM careers. I love my career with the BLM. I love what I do. I love serving my community. I love serving my fellow citizens. And so maybe you would want to learn more about that too, and we'll have information about that on Saturday.
So while the kids are running around, because they can literally run around outside, there are lots of trails, really easy access. They can play indoors and explore and adventure. But also the grown-ups can get information about safeguarding homes against wildfire. I know that's on your list as well, Cheryl.
Right. And this is very timely. As I'm sure you've noticed, Lori, we are pretty low on snowpack this year. And so I'm not a firefighter, but I do feel like we are probably going to have a pretty active wildfire season with the lack of precipitation this winter. And so this would be the time to really be thinking about safeguarding your home, thinking about those critical 5 feet around your home, which we know are the most important to clear of debris that would be flammable, and get a jump start on mowing your lawn, moving the firewood away, making sure that you don't have all those little nooks and crannies on your walls and your roof where embers that we know fly more than a mile, sometimes 10 or 20 miles, could lodge themselves and create a problem for you even when you're miles and miles from a fire. So this is the exact time that we should be thinking about safeguarding our homes, our communities, our shared areas. And that's one of our goals, is to get people really tuned into that and hopefully thinking about their home and what they can do.
That's right. So the excitement of meeting firefighters, climbing on, touring the fire truck, and then the information that you need about how to protect your home. This is a perfect time of year. Take advantage of mild winter weather to get out and to safeguard your property. Cheryl, we know that March is going to be marching along, and California Trail Interpretive Center has all this stuff leading up to the fun summer events.
Oh, yeah. So, of course, on March 14th at 1 p.m., we're hosting Bows and Throws. So if you love to throw sharp objects, March 14th is your day. It's going to be axe throwing day. One thing to note is that you do need to be 8 years old or older to throw axes. So come on out Saturday, March 14th, 1 p.m., get your axe throwing on. And one thing to mention is we only run it for about an hour. So you want to make sure that you come out by at least 1:30 or so you get at least 30 minutes of, really powerful throwing in.
Yes, so get in line, get out there, California Trail Interpretive Center. This is a very popular event, the bows and throws, and it's going to be axes on March 14th. And then sewing with our good friend Brenda is happening on Sunday.
Oh, yeah. So wonderful Brenda will be there with her hand treadle machines. One of them is Paisley, of course. And she's going to be helping people make spring fabric flowers. So Sunday, March 15th at 1 p.m., come on out to make your beautiful flowers that you can give away or you can keep for yourself or make a wonderful bouquet for your kitchen. And of course, we'll be using the hand treadle machines. We have another wonderful young volunteer who loves the hand treadle machines, and she's also coming out to run them. And maybe even a young man who is interested and made an apron on them, loves them. So we've got a whole wonderful team of volunteers that will guide you through this project and help you use these machines that are in some cases more than 100 years old and still running like a dream.
Well, that's it. And that's really a part of the inspiration, the goal of the California Trail Interpretive Centers is to inspire younger people, not only to understand, appreciate the history, the people who have created what we enjoy today and built on, but so that they help preserve this kind of history, their own histories in the future.
Absolutely. And we know very well by many famous smart people saying we only protect what we love. And so the more that we can nurture that love of history, nurture that love of community, the stronger our community will be. And, getting kids off of screens is always a good thing. And so there are no screens involved anywhere in the trail center. So if you're one of those parents that's a little bit worried about screen time, come on out. They won't even be thinking about that phone.
And photo opportunities galore. So this is the time too to get out, take those photos, start generating them on your social media, sending them to friends and family so that they can get ready and gear up in time for their summer vacation, because we want them to come here. We're going to be talking more about trail days, but the month of March is not over yet at the Trail Center.
Oh no, we still have two wonderful events coming up. So Friday, March 20th at 11 a.m., Macy from the Nevada Outdoor School is going to be hosting a Hello Spring hike. And this one is going to be at South Fork Meadows Trailhead, also known as the Humboldt Trail. And if you're not exactly sure where to find that trailhead, first of all, it is in the fee-free place in South Fork National Recreation Area, so you won't have to pay a fee. And we've dropped a Google pin in our Facebook event, so just scroll down a little bit, you'll see a Google pin, go ahead and click on that, and it'll tell you exactly where to meet at 11 a.m. March 20th for a beautiful spring hike.
Maybe you can see some flowers trying to happen. It just depends on what the weather's going to be doing. But sometimes you'll find soaring birds. The South Fork Meadows area is just famous for those migratory birds and our other soaring birds that you can enjoy. Sometimes there are little critters that you might see. You can look for all kinds of things. And when you hike with little ones, they see things that you might not see.
Oh, yeah. That's one of my favorites is they always reinvigorate my joy of nature and find cool things that either I had forgotten about or maybe I've never seen. And so that's my favorite way to explore an area is with a tiny one who's got a little different view of the world.
So that hike is on Friday, March 20th. It is about a 3-mile loop, and it does include some really cool California Trail Center history.
That's right. So most of you know this, but just to remind you, South Fork Canyon is also the west end of the Hastings Cutoff. And I'm sure you all know the Hastings Cutoff is famous for the Donner Party. That's who came out. They emerged through South Fork Canyon, came out into the open valley there that is now the I-80 corridor, and started marching west. So if you want to walk literally in the shoes of the Donner Party, maybe doesn't sound that appealing, but very interesting nonetheless, come on out on Friday, March 20th at 11 a.m. for our Hello Spring hike out at South Fork Meadows.
Do come prepared because Cheryl is always prepared, and she just wanted us to remind you there aren't any bathrooms, but it's just a couple of hours there, maybe depending on what kind of a commute you've got. Bring your water, your snacks, and make sure you have layers of clothing and good shoes that you don't mind maybe getting muddy.
Absolutely. We know we're already in the mud season, so bring some shoes that you don't mind getting muddy, and bring your curiosity, bring your excitement, and bring your good questions.
California Trail Interpretive Center and their collaborators and cooperators, whether it's NDOW, Nevada Outdoor School, there are so many wonderful relationships that are built through this center. And then I loved this storybook, The Girl Who Loved Horses, and that's going to be the feature of a Saturday, March 28th event.
That's right. So we're just keeping it moving, keeping all the hikes going. Saturday, March 28th at 1 p.m. at the California Trail Center, we'll be hosting a story and a hike. And as Lori mentioned, the story is going to be The Girl Who Loved Horses. And you don't need to be a girl, and you don't actually need to love horses to come on out and really enjoy this story and hike. Hopefully we'll have beautiful weather, and this is just a great way to sort of start off your spring right and start getting active. And again, there will be no screens involved. Children will have a good time, and you'll get some exercise. Come on out on Saturday, March 28th at 1 p.m.
And you'll get to meet other people who love to do some of the similar things that you want to do in the outdoors or with California Trail Center, which is also wonderful to make new friends. Then we're going to be launching into April. You're always planning ahead, but at least a glimpse into April activities, Cheryl?
Oh, yeah. So I know a lot of community members have become fond of our night sky programs, and they are starting again up in April. So we will be starting with Planets in Pajamas. We haven't advertised the date yet, but that will be up soon on our website. And Planets in Pajamas is a wonderful, fun family event. We get adults in pajamas, kids in pajamas, and we come out and learn about the planets. There's usually some, chocolatey beverages involved, something like that, but it's a really good time. So keep your eyes peeled for Planets in Pajamas coming up in April.
Yep, it's a great way to celebrate spring and look forward to more fun in the outdoors. Then, for the next several minutes, shall we dedicate some time to Freedom 250 Trail Days?
I'm so excited. As you know, I'm one of the organizers this year, so I am knee deep in it, and it is so exciting. Literally every single day, we're getting someone else booked. We're getting another detail set. And what I have been able to get on the schedule in the last couple of days is our local Basque dancers will be performing at 1 p.m. on Sunday the 7th. So we haven't released this full schedule yet because it's still all coming together, but look forward. Sunday afternoon, we will definitely have some Basque dancers that I am so excited about.
So if you're looking to mark up your calendars or get on your phone and save these dates, Freedom Trail Days is June 6th and 7th. So everything we're going to be talking about going forward is fitting into those two amazing days.
Yep. And just the really cool stuff keeps on coming. We've got a Dutch oven chef coming in from Reno, and she's going to be demonstrating all kinds of cool Dutch oven techniques and, dare I say, sharing some tastings. So that's going to be amazing. We're going to have an incredible patriotic ceremony opening Saturday morning. We're going to have color guard. We have a Shoshone medicine man that's going to open it up. I'm hoping to book someone to sing the Star Spangled Banner. It's just going to be a really wonderful opening and just a feel-good moment, I think, for the whole community.
Now, as we're setting this up, again, that's just the tip of the iceberg, but this is a huge Nevada event, Cheryl, and no pressure or anything, but I guess we're having people come from all over the state for this showcase event.
Yeah, 100%. We are the BLM Nevada Showcase premier event for Freedom 250, and we are taking that seriously. We want to make a really good showing, and we want everyone across Nevada to be proud because we got people coming from all over the place. California, Nevada, hopefully Wyoming, Colorado. And before this all happens, we have a sculpture restorationist coming in to clean all of our sculptures. We're just pulling out all the stops so that the trail center is looking amazing and everyone is just super impressed. So come on out. We're hoping to surprise you and we're hoping to wow you, but also present some of the favorites that you look forward to every year.
And if there are fans, because we do talk a lot about books and the importance of literacy and reading and no screens, but if any of you listening grew up with the Laura Ingalls Wilder Little House on the Prairie series, I just got goosebumps because you have another surprise for them.
We do. Laura Ingalls Wilder is coming in, and she is going to do 3 presentations on her life, on her story, and of course, she'll be taking questions at the end. So all of you fans out there, this is the time to reread those books, reinvigorate your imagination, and come on out and talk to Laura Ingalls Wilder.
That's right. Cozy up with a good book and then get ready for the reenactors demonstrating the pioneer life of Laura Ingalls Wilder. And then you've got some old-fashioned contests that you're planning. This really looks like a delight.
Yeah, so we really wanted to get the kids more involved this year, and so we're going to have some kids contests. I'm working with a wonderful young adult volunteer. Actually, I'm meeting with her Sunday to organize all of this, and we're going to have a watermelon eating contest. These are kids only, of course. We're going to have potato sack races. I'm thinking we're going to have a 3-legged race, and we've got one more event that is yet to be determined, but I've got a lot on the list here, and it's going to be really fun. And then we're going to have a couple of contests for adults too. So we want to have axe throwing for adults and also archery for adults. So stay tuned. If you love a good contest and even better, a wonderful prize, keep your eyes peeled for that, because we'll have signups going, and we'll be inviting everyone out to participate in contests.
Wow. So this is about a third of the way through the list for the 2 days of Freedom 250, California Trail Interpretive Center, America 250 celebration showcasing Nevada, June 6th and 7th. And then what's this? You have a concert planned.
We do. We are offering a free concert on Saturday night. Paul Gregory is scurrying away right now trying to book the bands, but I have to say that the money that we are using, the support that we got for this, is coming from 2 entities. So first of all, we got a sponsorship from the ECVA. Shout out to you guys. The Elko Convention and Visitors Authority gave us some support for that, and then we were able to get a match for that support from our very own friends group, the California Trail Heritage Alliance. So shout out to both of those groups. They are supporting us to bring this concert to you, to our community Saturday night. And as soon as we have those bands booked, we will be advertising them. So thank you to those 2 groups, and thank you to our community.
Oh, that's so exciting. Maybe it'll inspire some dancing, but certainly a lot of toe tapping, or maybe even some cheering, people jumping up and down. It's going to be a great night at the Trail Center.
Oh, heck yeah. It's going to be a lively night. We're really excited.
And as you said, this event does include some door prizes, and a lot of them are coming from the generous community that we live in.
That's right. So what we're hoping is that we can get the community to make patriotic quilt squares. They're 10.5 by 10.5. Bring them into the center, and then our wonderful volunteer seamstress Brenda will be pulling those all together into gifts, door prizes, and also prizes for our contests. So we're hoping the community will show up for us. They already have started. The quilt squares have been trickling in. Thank you to all of those that are making them for us. And then we're hoping to have some wonderful handmade items for our community to take home with them.
You know, and when Brenda teaches those sewing classes, especially with the treadle machine, she can talk about how the pioneers especially valued those treasured quilts. Sometimes the fabric, the scraps, they were used again and again. Obviously, they came from clothing that had worn out. They used every little bit of scrap of fabric that they could, and they took these treasures with them along the trail.
Which is a wonderful lesson for us today in sustainability and recycling and reusing things as much as we can. Those pioneers really had it figured out, and we can definitely learn some lessons from them today.
Well, and speaking of learning some lessons, you are going to have some guest speakers talking about maybe life along the trail or even before that.
That's right. So I'm so excited about our speakers this year. We have a lot of them. So in addition to Laura Ingalls Wilder's presentations, we also have Jordan, who is going to be, she's a historian and she's a young historian in town, which I love. She's going to be talking about the female prospectors of Nevada, and she's got some very colorful stories about these women. You will definitely be entertained. We also have one of our standby, wonderful, always well attended programs called Anatomy of a Wagon. So if you're one of those people that's like, how did they make those things go? What are all the pieces and the parts? What are they all called? Anatomy of a Wagon is for you. And then finally, I just booked Melanie Smokey from the Stewart Indian School. She's going to be giving 2 presentations of who we are now, talking about the Native American experience today. Through polls, we know that most Americans actually think that Native Americans are a people of the past. But you and I know, Lori, that they are alive and well and thriving in our community, outside our community, throughout the United States and the world. And so Melanie Smokey will be talking about who we are now and presenting that very modern look while also looking back at her family traditions, basket weaving. It's going to be a wonderful and informative presentation, and she'll be doing it twice.
Oh, that is great news. There is a gorgeous mural at the California Trail Interpretive Center that is now identified with previous boarders from the Stewart Indian School. A lot of history, a lot of emotion, and certainly it's their story to tell, the first people. And so, Cheryl, thank you for all your efforts in accommodating those stories and making sure that we have the opportunity to hear all sides.
Absolutely. It's one of the joys of this job is to get to speak with everyone and try and give a voice to everyone. And so we are just so honored that Melanie's going to make the trip and come on over and give these presentations.
So we're almost through the list for Trail Days, June 6th and 7th, but there's more.
Yep, and these are just the highlights, Lori. You got to come to really see and experience everything. So we have 4-H kids that are going to be coming out with their live animals and demonstrating how they care for them. We have Hank Kramer, who's going to be walking around and playing folk music throughout both of the days. We are going to have wagon rides with not one, but 2 wagons. Hopefully we're going to have both horses and mules. We've got the mule parents are still training them, working on them. So fingers crossed, they'll be out and ready to go. We're going to have, of course, Lois's taco truck out. And one thing I would like to mention is that we're still looking for volunteers. One thing that would be super helpful for us is someone that could handle parking. So we're looking for a civic group, maybe an ROTC group or a scouting group, maybe a church group, but a civic-minded group that could come out and help us with parking. And that's really just telling people where to park, when the parking lot's full, where to go, and then also making sure that people have rides back to the center. So that's something that we could really help. Also set up and tear down. And as I mentioned, patriotic quilt squares, but also patriotic prizes for our kids contests. So if you love to sew, maybe you'd like to make a patriotic teddy bear or a lap blanket, or maybe something that could hang on the wall that is more, kid related or kid themed.
It's really nice, not looking for as many, and I'll just say it, plastic doodads, but looking for things that come from hands and hearts, things that maybe pioneers would have made. These are simple treasures, and I know a lot of people, Cheryl, whose parents and grandparents or even the kids themselves, they hang on to the things that they created from the Trail Center.
Absolutely, and of course, it didn't make it onto the highlight reel, but we will have our craft corner going. We will have buzz saws with Diet from the Northeastern Nevada Museum. We're hoping to have clay art with Cindy and Larry, and then we're probably also going to have rag dolls. So there will be opportunities to also make and take and keep these treasures. And also, this is all free, provided to you by the California Trail Center and all of our wonderful sponsors.
Well, speaking of wonderful, thank you, Cheryl. You and the staff. It is a small but mighty staff at our California Trail Interpretive Center. And as you mentioned, you couldn't do it without the volunteers, the collaboration, all the community involvement. This is a center that our community built. It belongs to us. We are the stewards of it. And it's wonderful to see it in such great hands right now, Cheryl. And it, if for some reason folks aren't able to make all the events or activities, but they want to contribute, you do need some donations donations of fabric for that patriotic quilt square project.
We sure do. So this is a great time to get out into your shed, go into your closets and see if you have any red, white, or blue fabric. We're looking for 100% cotton fabric that doesn't have any stretch to it. That's going to work the best for the quilts. At least that's what Brenda told me. So I'm trying to follow her instructions. You can always give us a call at the center if you've got questions or just stop by. But yeah, clean out those sheds and closets. Bring us the patriotic fabric so that we can give it back out to the community to make really cool stuff, which again will go back out into the community and hopefully live in treasured heirlooms forever.
Oh, thank you, Cheryl. Cheryl Miller from our California Trail Interpretive Center. Explore today, visit online, head to the Trail Center, free admission, just 8 miles west on Interstate 80. Take the Hunter exit and you're there. It's about a 5-minute drive. It's just so fast.
That's right. It's
hop, skip, and a jump.
That's right.
Cheryl, thank you. I'm so glad we can help each other out. And we appreciate everything that you and the Trail Center are able to accomplish on our behalf.
Well, thank you so much, Lori. It's always a pleasure to be here. And thanks for what you do.